Sport Replay with your host, Peter Donegan.
And a very good morning, everyone. Welcome along to World of Sport Replay. Now, thanks to Sandy Robertson, Kevin Bartlett for Junior Supporters Club. Well, I think it's probably easier to pick winners than it is to pick Melbourne's weather. What a beautiful day we have. And, of course, a big day of sport, World of Sport at 11 o'clock. And then up to the Sydney Cricket Ground at 5 minutes after 2 for the big match, the first Sydney match of the season between the Swans and Fitzroy. In the next hour or so, we'll be taking a look at racing highlights from throughout the week. But first of all, let's take a look at Tats Lotto from last night here on 7. Draw number 389, Division 1 prize pool $1.855 million. Numbers in numerical order were 13, 15, 20, 23, 31 and 35, with the supplementary number being 14. And in Super 66 last night, numbers 9, 5, 4, 8, 2 and 3. That was Tats Lotto and Super 66. We'll take a break and allow Sandy and Kevin to make their way to the World of Sport studio, and then we'll be back with racing from Flemington yesterday. Running of the Sydney Cup, and we'll be taking a look at the interstate races in World of Sport a little bit later on. But here in Melbourne, it was racing at headquarters at Flemington. 8 races on the card, only 2 favourites successful, and they raced on a fast track. In the first event, the Lord Cardigan Handicap, that opened up proceedings, and the popular pick here was Gold Playboy. Here's the accurate one, Bill Collins.
Ready, racing. El Kahira jumped okay with Verbano on the inside. Wider out on our selection, got away fairly, but got a bump just after the start there. And lost a couple of lengths, I would say. Gold Playboy showing some speed. The Emperor's Suit on the outside, and also Prince Gaylord up there with the leading division. 4 or 5 in line. Verbano, Mighty Remington in front of El Kahira. Wider out is Taj Quillo and also Gold Playboy. Making a line of about 7 is Prince Gaylord and the Emperor's Suit, and wider out is Taj. They're followed further back by With Honours, down by the 400, and Mighty Remington just in front here. Showed the way about a neck to El Kahira, being hard-ridden to go up and join it on the inside. The Emperor's Suit going for a run on the rails. Gold Playboy struggling. Prince Gaylord coming at them out wide, but El Kahira got through to hit the lead from On Our Selection. It's coming home well on the inside, and now getting going on the outside is Gold Playboy, but On Our Selection's going home too well. Wins by about 3 parts of a length to El Kahira. Gold Playboy third. Then came Taj Quillo and Prince Gaylord together from the Emperor's Suit, Mighty Remington. Further back in the field then is Lord Barden, followed by Verbano. With Behold is well back with Lord Sierra, Miller's Mate. Then Taj Quillo, and last home in the field would be Star of Valeka.
Young Mick Barlow combining with On Our Selection in the first event at 9-2 from El Kahira at 9-2, and Gold Playboy the favourite third at 9-4. The La Carabine Handicap the second over 1,600 metres, a very wide open betting affair. All Flower the popular pick at 5-1.
Racing at the first attempt and caught them very well. Near the inside, Tangent's Daughter began quite well with Supreme Shot and Wakefield Tower. Self-Respect working across from French Influence, and they were followed by Royal Acclaim from the extreme outside, getting across the field in about 5th. They were followed by Pride of Blue Hour Petaluma, a length and a half to All Flower Lady Bruin. Whispering Spring is well back with Friar's Bell. Tristina last, Nanny's Pride next to last. At the 1200, Wakefield Tower had gone up towards the leading division now, where Supreme Shot was the leader. In second place now would be Self-Respect. Wakefield Tower on the outside, trapped 3 deep. With Royal Acclaim up there, and over on the inside is Tangent's Daughter. 2 lengths to Pride of Blue, French Influence tucked in on the rails, 1 to All Flower wide, then Whispering Spring eased off the fence from Friar's Bell out, Petaluma, Lady Bruin, Tristina, and a clear last Annie's Pride. 700 out near the corner now, and Self-Respect went up out wide to tackle Supreme Shot, and Royal Acclaim right behind them about a length away. They were followed then by Tangent's Daughter. Pride of Blue hooked out very wide. French Influence being hard ridden up along the fence now. Then Wakefield Tower and All Flower wide at the head of the others from Whispering Spring. In the straight, and the leader Self-Respect took over 2 lengths to Royal Acclaim, moving up now well to be second from Supreme Shot. Then Wakefield Tower running on the outside. All Flower starting to make ground with Whispering Spring. 300 out now, and Royal Acclaim called on for its effort out after the leader. French Influence going for a rails run, and wider out on the track now is All Flower. Many chances. Royal Acclaim put its head in front close to the line. Wakefield Tower grabbing it, and All Flower grabbing the pair of them, and All Flower will get up. All Flower in the last stride has won the money from Wakefield Tower. Oh, very close for third. Royal Acclaim, Our Petaluma and Supreme Shot battling on. Then came Whispering Spring with on the inside Self-Respect, Tristina. Then Tangent's Daughter, behind it Pride of Blue and French Influence, who didn't get much luck. Friars Bell and Lady Brew in the last two.
Here's young Grant Marshall making it 2 winners at consecutive city meetings on All Flower. The 5-1 favourite coming with a late run to defeat Wakefield Tower at 16-1 and Royal Acclaim third at 9-4. In fact, that should be 6-1 for Royal Acclaim, sixes. The price for the third place getter in the second. In the third, the Trafalgar Handicap, 2,500 metres the journey. The favourite Showery at 7-4.
With one of the runners, they're racing now. Caught them pretty well, and Flying Socks and Gilded were the first two to get going. Lloyd's Race away well from Grand Grey. They're followed then by Manchester Man and Showery. Savant dropping in on the rails. A length further back then Burner Ready. It's followed by Costas, Von Brummel and Stop and Think last as they went out of the straight. Heading to the 2,200 now, and Lloyd's Race has gone to the lead. About a length and a half, Grand Grey and Flying Socks dropping in on the fence third. Wonder Gilded. Showery's got in on the rails fifth, and then a length and a half further back in the field came Burner Ready. It's followed by Savant, and then Stop and Think getting up on the inside of Manchester Man from Costas and Von Brummel last. At the 1900 and Lloyd's Race bowling along in front, about 2 lengths to Grand Grey, 3 parts of a length away on the rails, Flying Socks in the box seat. 2 to Gilded, a length to Showery, nicely positioned, and they're going quickly. 3 lengths away, Burner Ready, 2.5 lengths to Savant. About 3 lengths further back then came Stop and Think with Manchester Man. Then Costas, and last of all is Von Brummel. Past the 1600 and Lloyd's Race bowling along very freely. A length and a half, Grand Grey, 3 parts to Flying Socks. Got a big weight but saving ground. A half to Gilded, 2 lengths to Showery, and they're out about 3 lengths to Burner Ready from Savant being niggled at. They were followed about a length further back in the field by Manchester Man making a little ground, and then 2 lengths to Costas, Stop and Think and Von Brummel. Lloyd's Race given a breather at the 1200, only a half length to Grand Grey, who now takes him on and goes to the lead. And Grand Grey dashed to the lead at the 1100. Going up 3 deep now, Gilded to tackle him. I think Lloyd's Race might have broken down. I may be wrong, but I think he's broken down. And past the 1,000, Gilded tackled the Grand Grey. 3 lengths Flying Socks, a length and a half Showery, yes. Lloyd's Race has broken down. Showery is fourth, and then moving up along the inside, Burner Ready, and also making a little bit of ground, Manchester Man, and then 3 lengths to Von Brummel. The others couldn't win, I don't think, Savant and Costas. Gilded and Grand Grey led on the corner. Flying Socks is literally cantering at the moment behind them. 2 lengths to Showery making ground from Manchester Man, and Burner Ready getting up on the fence, and then a gap to Costas and Savant. Into the straight they come now. Gilded and Grand Grey pulls out quickly on Flying Socks as he sees Showery coming, and Burner Ready getting a split in between them now. At the 300, Flying Socks took the lead from Showery. Gilded is battling on from Grand Grey, Burner Ready, but it's Flying Socks nicely clear. Showery on the outside, starting to peg it back from Gilded with 100 to go. It's still Flying Socks in front of Gilded, and Showery's holding them at bay despite his big weight. Gilded's coming again on the inside. Flying Socks stopping. He's still in front near the line. He'll win. Flying Socks a half length to Gilded, a head away third Showery. 3 lengths then to Burner Ready, followed by Von Brummel. 2 or 3 lengths Manchester Man. Savant didn't give a yelp from Costas. Grand Grey dropped right out. Stop and Think was last.
Well, for a young man, he certainly does have a very good head in his shoulders, Mick Clark, and a capable rider over the distance, as indicated there by the win on Flying Socks at 11-2. From Gilded at 16s, and Showery racing erratically in the last bit, the favourite at 7-4. First leg of the quadrilla, race 4, the Veiled Threat Handicap, popular pick, Jika at 11-4.
They're racing, and Bowl Bounty squibbed it at the start and eased out about 3 or 4 lengths last, and also slowly away there's Noble Cause. Settling down into stride, and Bold Century, Prince Piatra among the early leaders. When they settle down into stride, Yasuk's going up to join them, and then came John Astor just behind those horses on settling down into stride. They were followed over on the inside by Taxall, who's handily placed at this stage. Forger Man trapped about 4 deep, then Jika. Back behind them, Quintol, he's about 4 or 5 off the track too. They're very well bunched from Bow Lane. And further back behind them is Sovereign Rascal with Bowl Scuttle towards the rear. Bowl Bounty is last, and second last is Noble Cause. On the corner, Forgerman kept going around them and careered to the rails. In front led a length and a half Piazza Prince from Bold Century coming to the corner. They were followed then back behind them by coming to the outside. Jika. Forgerman is hanging. Taxall going for a run over on the inside of those, and Quintol, who's never been on the track, is battling on, and then John Astor under the whip. Forgeman led at the 300, a length and a half to Taxol. Jika's hanging very badly, taking Quintol with it. And here's Bowlane getting a run. Forgeman in front, Taxol and Bowlane going to it. Bowlane's going better, put its head in front of Forgeman. Taxol down the outside. But Bowlane drew to the lead with 100 to go. It's coming away now. In second place, Forgeman and then Taxol. And Bowlane with that inside run wins at a length to Taxol. Forgeman third. Then Quintol, who was pretty badly hampered up the straight by Jika. 8 lengths away, Piazza, Prince Star, Man of Athens. Then Bowl Scuttle, John Astor a long way back with Noble Cause and Sovereign Rascal. Then Bowl Banty. A long gap of about 8 or 10 lengths to Bowl Century. And last to finish was Gelmond.
Well, that's been a great combination in racing for a long time. Chris Barrett and Megs Elkington with Bow Lane at 16s from Taxall 9 to 2, Forgeman 6 to 1, Jika the favourite unplaced running 5th at 11 to 4. In the Mosaic Quality, race 5, once again 2,500 metres the journey, and the favourite here Tripsicum at 9 to 4.
Away they go. And on the inside, Approbation didn't want to go, lost about 3 lengths. And Hello Mary Lou and Irene of Denmark best out from O Johnny, and Cobbler Boy moving up quickly with Assessor towards the lead from Reno's best. Then Narako, O Johnny settles in behind them now on the fence, and they were followed further back by Waratah Bay. Next is back behind those horses, Quick to Shift on the outside of Rapacious Lady. A length for Yidja Star, about 3 lengths further back is Pushkar. Then back towards the rear is Tripsicum, and last of all Approbation. Well, they're going like the wind. Cobbler Boy's riders apparently been instructed to make it a race, and he led 3 lengths at the 1900. Assessor second, 4 lengths to Irene of Denmark, 3 lengths to Hello Mary Lou. 2.5 lengths further back in the field then came O Johnny going up on the inside here of Narako, and also with those horses there is Waratah Bay on the outside. There's another one trapped on the outside of that bunch, and they were followed by Rapacious Lady. Further back for Yidja Star, and back with it towards the rear, Quick to Shift, Approbation, and about 3 lengths to Pushkar and Tripsicum, who are the last two. 1,400 out, and Cobbler Boy led by 8 lengths to Assessor. 4 or 5 lengths Irene of Denmark, another 4 Hello Mary Lou, and then about 6 lengths further back at the head of the others is O Johnny. Waratah Bay making a little bit of ground round the outside of that next bunch of horses, and they were followed then by Rapacious Lady, sweeping to the outside with a solid run here, and they were followed further back in the field by Fiidja Star starting to come into it. Tripsicum third last, but they are starting to pack up, and Pushkar at the rear. Down by the 1,000 metres, the boys been joined. Assessor, it's given up pretty quickly. Assessor went to the lead now. Hello Mary Lou followed it, and a length further back then Irene of Denmark from Rapacious Lady. O Johnny over on the inside, Saving Ground is next, and then Waratah Bay, and they were followed now by Tripsicum, pulled out about 3 or 4 deep at the head of the rest. On the turn, 600 out, and Assessor just in front. Hello Mary Lou raced to it on the outside. 2 lengths to Irene of Denmark, and out wider now Waratah Bay, running past Rapacious Lady and running on pretty well. And then at the head of the others, Tripsicum. Waratah Bay quickly went to Hello Mary Lou as they straightened. They were followed then by Assessor. Here's O Johnny. It's had a saloon passage. Highland pulls it out now, coming out after them. Further back then Reno's best and Rapacious Lady. Tripsicum is struggling. Waratah Bay, however, is going strongly with 200 to go. He shot out 3 lengths in front. Tripsicum now starting to eat up the ground on the outside. It's Waratah Bay, but Tripsicum is flying to it near the line. Tripsicum raced up to Waratah Bay, won't go past it. And Waratah Bay's 1.5 head to Tripsicum, who wouldn't go past it. 10 lengths away, Irene of Denmark from O Johnny. They'll never run in the St Ledger, I wouldn't think. Then Assessor. Hello Mary Lou. Next in the field then would be Rapacious Lady, followed by Fiidja Star, Quick to Shift. Well back towards the rear of the field is Hello Mary Lou with Pushkar, Approbation, Reno's best.
Well, he was about 10s on with 100 metres to go, Tripsicum, but he just wouldn't go past Waratah Bay, as Bill Collins mentioned. But despite that fact, he still should start favourite for the St Ledger on Anzac Day. Waratah Bay at 8 to 1, Tripsicum 9 to 4 favourite, and Irene of Denmark third at 100 to 1. Then we moved on to the Maidenhead Handicap race 6. This was over 1,400 metres, and the popular pick here was Greenwich Pike at 3 to 1.
Racing, perfect dispatch, jumped as one, and Greenwich Pike, one of the early leaders with Norgwin Fleur. Court Show was away quickly. They were followed then by going through on the inside is Alana's Delight up to be 4th or 5th, and then Fine Thread out wide, changed the tune the centre. Wonder Fork Tongue, a length further back came Bellenden over on the inside. It was followed then at the head of the others by Caramilla. Innisvale Ladies in that pack of horses, and they were followed further back in the field then by Brigand Rose. Towards the rear, Maintenon and Tantico last. Norgwin Fleur led at the 800, out about 2 lengths Greenwich Pike and 2.5 to Court Show. A half length further back in the inside, Alana's Delight. They were followed by Fine Thread, Forked Tongue, and a length further back, Changed the Tune, Festive Artist. Pearl Queen looking for a run on the inside of the next pack of horses from Bellenden, Brigand Rose. Innisvale Lady is back about third last with Tantico, and last into the straight is Maintenon. They settle for the run home, and Norgwin Fleur 2 lengths in front still. From on the outside is Greenwich Pike. Court Show trying to get up in the centre. Changed the Tune in trouble getting a run. Then Forked Tongue. Here's Caramella with a big run from the rear, is going after them from Pearl Queen. With about 200 to go, Greenwich Pike shot to the lead from Court Show. Caramella and Changed the Tune, and now Pearl Queen coming at it quickly. Greenwich Pike tackled by Caramella. Pearl Queen out wide. Caramella going home. The better has gone to Greenwich Pike, and Caramella's won it about a head to either Pearl Queen or Greenwich Pike. Fourth, Innisvale Lady from Maintenon, Changed the Tune and Court Show, and then Tantico, Forked Tongue. Next, Norgwin Fleur, and they're followed by Festive Artist. Well back in the field is Bellenden, with it is Fine Thread, and further back again is Brigand Rose, and last Alana's Delight.
Margins were a half neck by a short half head. Caramella at 8s, Pearl Queen 20s, and the favourite Greenwich Pike third at 3s. Second leg of the double, last leg of the quaddie, race 7, the Barb Handicap over the metric mile, and Anchor the popular pick at 2 to 1.
Away they go. Anchor jumped all right over on the inside with Live Albert. Ripper's Dream looking for the early lead, and Stevens' Mate got away very quickly. There's Loyal and True and Bullion Broker both racing round the outside of them, and then Golden Bounty and Bow Home behind them. At the 1400, Anchor holding the inside with Ripper's Dream, and Bullion Broker makes a line of 3, and about a length further back, Loyal and True trapped 3 deep around the outside of Stevens' Mate and Bow Home the fence. 1.5 to Golden Bounty, and then Jamaica in, followed by Game Trooper. 1.5 Beau Charade pulling very hard from Nansen, Golden Mascot, Live Albert the rails. They were followed a length further back then by towards the rear, Batto Bay and Minute by Minute, and Dash Away last. Heading towards the 800, Ripper's Dream a half, Bullion Broker. Anchor a length away on the rails with the run of the race at his girth, Stevens' Mate. 1.5 Batto Bay, Loyal and True. Jamaica in, trapped very deep, followed by Game Trooper. Minute by Minute making a run round the outside with Jamaica in and Dash Away, and they're only crawling. Live Albert on the fence, Gala Mascot, Batto Bay, Beau Charade. On the turn 600 out, Loyal and True pulled its way up to join Bullion Broker, and on the rails, Ripper's Dream. Anchor are looking for the run. So is Live Albert. Jamaica Inns come at them quickly out wide from Gala Mascot, and they're followed by Minute. At the 400, Ripper's Dream the leader from Bullion Broker, Loyal and True. Live Albert the rails. Anchor are angling for the run. He's got it if he's good enough. Then Jamaica in and Gala Mascot about 6 in line, 200 to go. Anchor are driving through on the inside, took a narrow lead from Ripper's Dream and Live Albert, and now Stevens' Mate out after them. Anchor and Live Albert fighting it out. Anchor nose in front of Live Albert near the line, and Anchor has won by a head to Live Albert, Loyal and True third. Fourth in the race, Ripper's Dream and Stevens' Mate close up out wide, followed by Bullion Broker, Jamaica in, Bow Home. Then came Batto Bay, Beau Charade, Nansen, Golden Bounty, Game Trooper, Gala Mascot, Dash Away, and Minute by Minute's run last.
Beautiful ride by Mickey Mallion on Anchor at 2 to 1, and favourite from Live Albert at 14s and Loyal and True at 6 to 1. In the Karaoke Handicap, the last over the straight 1200 metre course, Cardinals Fury the favourite at 9 to 4.
Racing now. Mr Magic came out quickly enough. Cardinals Fury on the outside was away well, and Bellardi Boy showing a lot of speed. Mr Magic's actually going to lead, settling down from Finely Tuned. Then Bellardi Boy's Selmark, followed by Proud Sapphire. Cardinals Fury out deep on the track. IKEA behind them with Roycroft and Albany Bay moving up closer to the leaders too. As they went down to the 800 metre mark, and Finely Tuned took over about a length to Mr Magic, a length and a half Proud Sapphire. Bellardi Boy moving up to join the leaders now. Then Selmark, and they're followed by Albany Bay. Back behind them is Roycroft, and then Cardinals Fury down the outside. Ranger's Son next from IKEA, and as they come down with about 400 metres to go, Mr Magic, given his head, quickly raced up the Finely Tuned, and they're 3 lengths in front of Proud Sapphire. Cardinals Fury's battling on under the whip down the outside, coming with a pretty good run now. But with 300 to go, it's Mr Magic and Nectar Finely Tuned. Cardinals Fury's under pressure, and then Proud Sapphire. Mr Magic in front, Finely Tuned, trying to get back at him on the inside. Mr Magic a half length in front. He's coming away now, and Mr Magic will go on and beat Finely Tuned by about a length. 2 lengths away third, Cardinals Fury from Proud Sapphire, Selmark, and then Roycroft. Next in the field is IKEA. Long gap further back in the field, then Ranger Sun, Albany Bay. Bellardi Boy stopped to a walk, and Most Noble has run last.
The old 9-year-old, Mr. Magic, 11-4, finally tuned 8-1, and Cardinals Fury running on well at 9-4 favourite. Let's check the doubles yesterday from Flemington. The extra double 3 and 9, 137.10. The daily double on 6 and 1, 17.35. And the quadrella 9, 6, 5 and 1, 2,338.40. The big meeting in Sydney, the extra 1 and 2, 43.90, and the daily double on 9 and 2 paid $105.05. In Adelaide, the extra 5 and 2, 16.35. The daily double 3 and 16, 84.40. Provincial racing at Bendigo, the extra 9 and 5, 19.15. Daily double on 8 and 11, 138.75. And the quadrella 8, 9, 8, 5, $2,119.65. That was racing as seen by Channel 7 cameras at Flemington yesterday. Back to take a look at greyhound racing in just a moment.